Hi guys, it's Kimberly and happy harvest full moon. So I wanted to make another video just for collective energies for the full moon as we're right up on the energy. So if you guys saw earlier in the month, I posted a divine feminine, divine masculine reading for this time. This one is going to be like, we're right up on the energy. Let's check into it. This is just collective overall. We're going to use the tarot deck. We're going to use the Sacred Earth Oracle deck. Lucy Cavendish's Fairy Forest deck, and this my new moon deck that I love. I think it's called Sacred de Lune or something de Luna. So we'll check in on that. While I'm shuffling, I just want to remind you that you can still book sessions with me, even though I have a little bit of a limited schedule. There's appointments there for you guys to book. I'm still wanting to connect with you and do readings and journey sessions. I'm not doing coaching per se, except for in the group setting. So group setting is Wednesdays beginning September 18th. You have to sign up in advance. It's a wonderful way to do your healing, to get the coaching guidance, but also to share and exchange with other people. Intimate setting, totally safe, quiet, secure, confidential. I've seen it work tremendously for people in terms of their healing. It's even more effective than one-on-one coaching, I feel, and that's why I'm holding it. If you're a Vibe Up member, it's free. It's totally free for you. If you're not, it's like an affordable rate. You guys can participate when you want. You don't have to sign up every week. You can just do it when you feel like it. But whether you're a Vibe Up member or not, you guys have to sign up in advance just so I know that you're coming, and we have a limited number of spots. So we got to make sure that we don't exceed 10 spots per session. Okay, so that's Wednesdays in the evening. You can check it out on my website. Also, I just announced a workshop for October. It's The Goddess in All Her Glory. It's a Divine Feminine workshop. I think you guys are going to love it. It's on a Saturday, and you can check that all out on spiritualmaterialgirl.com. And also, I'm doing a second leg of fundraising right now for my cancer journey so that I can continue to do the treatments that I've been doing. I'm doing both physical treatments and holistic, energetic, shamanic work. It's quite costly, and I need to kind of plan out for the winter so that I can continue this. I feel like it's making a huge difference, and I feel like I've cleared out a lot. I even feel better right now in my physical body. But as you guys know, you can't cancer is not something that goes away overnight, and it's not something that I can just stop doing all this stuff and be like, I'm done, so I have to continue. Like I said, it's costly. I need your help. I do. Anything that you can give or donate is appreciated, and I promise I'll keep putting these videos out, keep giving you guys information and tools, and I thank you so much for your support. And there's a donate button on my website, okay? So spiritualmaterialgirl.com. All right, let's see what the cards have to say to us. They're already spilling out. Harvest full moon, my favorite time of year, autumn. I have my retreat next week. I'm so excited for those of you who are coming. I can't wait to see you. Those of you who didn't make it this year, I hope you get in on it next year. Depending on how this goes, I might even do one in the spring. But I'm geeked about this one because it's fall, and fall is a magical time. The veil is thin. The veil is thin at this time. There's wonder in the air, I feel, where it's a time to be honoring how far we've come, what we've accomplished, to be looking towards our work for the winter and what we want to plant for 2020. And it's a time of, reaping, what we've sown this year. And this is what this, autumnal equinox and harvest full moon is about. So this is about looking at what you have accomplished, what you've done, what you planted earlier this year, how far you've come. For me, this year has been an entire healing journey ever since January. I also rebranded in January, and that's really been like something that feels like it was meant to be, and it was the right thing to do. Now I'm seeing the next phase of that, and I'm seeing the next phase of my healing that didn't start, neither of those things started out the way that I expected them to be going now, but they're definitely leading me in a higher direction, both. So I think it's important to see like what you've accomplished, but also see how life is directing you and what the next phase holds. What is your work for the next phase? What is your work to do over the winter months when the days are shorter and the nights are longer? And how can you celebrate what you've accomplished so far? And how can you recognize what maybe you didn't finish that needs to be carried through, and or the new seeds that need to be planted, or the new plans that need to be laid forth for the winter, so that you can harvest, cultivate, bloom these things come the spring. Okay? All right, let's start with these cards here. So we've got the Nine of Wands, and I feel like maybe this is just being a little bit guarded about, these are all wand cards, okay? So I feel like, honestly, I want to say that this is something pertaining to the masculine right here. So I feel like something just went haywire, something just erupted in the masculine's world. Okay, I wasn't necessarily planning to read for masculine and feminine, but that's how they're showing it to me. So it looks like there was a tower moment, something destructed, something could have been a work relationship or situation, could be a karmic situation. I get the sense that there was a lot of disruption in the masculine's world. It's left him a little bit wary, and where he was kind of stepping forward on his path before, he's a little bit on guard right now. Masculine, I feel like the message for you is you should be on guard, not in a place where your heart is closed, but where you're looking out for your own best interests. And I think in time, the masculine's going to overcome this and is going to open to everything once again. This feels like a temporary sort of, there was a little bit of a jolt. And so feminine, if you're dealing with a masculine who closed down or closed off, like I do feel like a shift will come from this. But right now, like in this very moment or right around the full moon, it feels like it's got him looking away from some of the things that are positive in his life. He's kind of like, I have to look out, I have to look over my shoulder. So there's a difference between looking over my shoulder and looking out for your best interest. And that's something that he's going to have to navigate and learn. You know, one is coming from fear, resistance, and defense, and the other is coming from trust. So this is also about the masculine learning how to establish his own healthy boundaries. And maybe in this situation he didn't, and that's why he got a little bit burned, or there was this disruption in his life. This is about him standing his ground rather than being in defense and fear, being in a state of trust so that he can look towards the opportunity and look towards his own expansion. So I feel like that's something that he's working on at this time, you know, shifting out of fear and defensiveness and moving into a state of trust and love so that he can open and know that his safety, security, protection lies within himself, right? And this could be the masculine aspects of yourself, feminine, if you're watching this. I feel like feminine's wanting to come towards the masculine in a more open way. She's wanting to step towards what feels like her expansion, or even like a new direction for her. She's ready to carry forward, I feel, towards this. So this is very much this card that I was just talking about with the autumnal equinox. This is about someone standing there watching his ships come in, watching, you know, the fruits of his labor come into shore, seeing what was brought back. You know, there was a journey, there was a pilgrimage, there was something that's being brought back. There's also this looking out to the expansion, dreaming of more. What's in the next phase? What can we do? How can we see the good in what has already been accomplished, but yet also perhaps we're saying, is it enough? Has it been enough? You know, what else do we need to do? How can we do it better? And in this next phase, I feel like there's just like a real wanting to get it right for both the masculine and feminine. And, you know, the Chariot card's just saying, hey, there is going to be this forward movement in the direction that you want, but we've got to celebrate the successes. We've got to welcome in this, okay, there may have been mistakes in the past. There may have been things that didn't bring back the fruits of all of our labor. It didn't go the way that we thought completely. However, I'm going to still keep stepping forward. I'm going to still keep putting it out there. I'm going to actually lay the plan for a new journey. And it feels like the feminine wants to move towards that, like the new journey, the new opening. But there's this assessment of like where we've been and has it been enough? Have we done enough? Have we done enough work? But I get the sense that like things will move forward when we can get past these blocks within ourselves. The Hierophant is coming up in reverse under the feminine, and you know, I feel like maybe this is like a teacher, someone that's coming in for her. It could be some information, news, you know, a higher being or a teacher guide that's coming in to help her step into that next phase. For some of you, I'm getting like there's a investor or entrepreneur who's going to help you lift something off the ground, or like a helper in a bigger project or something that you've been working on. So don't give up. That's another thing, is don't give up. Keep moving towards your dreams. Keep moving towards your fulfillment. Things are going to move forward. We've got to, you know, masculine or the masculine parts of ourselves have to come out of the defensiveness and into a state of trust where we're setting healthy boundaries from a place of love and trust rather than being defensive. And feminine, you've got to trust that the moves you've made thus far are in alignment for you, even if there's been mistakes made, errors made, even if, you know, things didn't go exactly the way you planned. Keep laying new plans, keep moving forward. There's helpers coming in for you, and I feel like it's very divine if you trust. So I'm going to clear this and pull again. Again, my intention was not to necessarily do feminine, masculine, but again, the guides often have different intentions for us. So let's just see what else they have to say for overall collective energies. Okay, we've got the Strength card. Nine of Swords. And the World. And that came out with the Page of Swords. Move these up so you guys can see them. Again, we have the Nine of Wands and the Knight of Swords. All right, so the bottom of this deck is the is the Six of Swords. So in the Six of Swords, somebody's leaving something. So I feel like this is a decision that's been weighing on some of you to leave something. It could be, like I said, a karmic relationship, and it could be a work. I really get for a lot of you, it's like a work situation, something that's caused you some distress, something that's been stressing you out. You're taking a departure, a leave of absence, or you're leaving something in the iteration that it was. That means you're leaving a job, a role, a position, and I feel like you're moving towards your fulfillment, what your truth is. I feel like there's been a wrong. There was someone impulsive, someone who was a little cutthroat, impulsive, shooting from the hip, someone who kind of caused a disruption. This could be in the masculine or the feminine, and it caused some distress recently. And this is again like how we saw the masculine standing on guard. I'm just going to say overall energies. This disruption created this sort of, you know, standing on guard a little bit. And we're learning how to master our true strength in this. That means healthy boundaries. That means the ability to tame the lion with our inner strength and our own inner fortitude. Like once we master this, we get through this distress, I feel like something good is coming of this. I feel like it's forcing you into your boundaries. It's forcing you into standing your ground and speaking your truth and making a change in your life. For some of you, it's leaving something or leaving the former iteration of it. So like I said, it might be for some of you like taking a leave of absence, leaving a job position, switching teams, switching bosses, switching roles, taking in a new job entirely, leaving a job entirely. It has that energy about it. This could also be in a karmic relationship where someone was impulsive or cutting. There was a disruption. It's forcing you to come into your strength to get past this defensiveness. And this is like a real soul lesson here. The world is signifying that there's a continuum is what they're saying. I feel like there's a continuum here of energy. It's not like you become a new person, but you do change your situation and circumstance. And from that, there's a lot more spherical motion that opens up is how they're showing it to me. Like you're coming from something that feels like a dead end, that was disruptive. It felt like there was no way out. It felt like it was really a hard situation. And you're creating something through coming into your stability and strength and alignment with self. You're creating something that opens up a gateway or a portal. It opens up a circular motion. It gets things flowing again. And I feel like the Page of Swords is, you're still learning. You're still learning how to communicate your truth. You're still learning what your truth is. You're still learning how to stand in your truth. And it's an important self-mastery lesson. Let's pull some of the oracle cards around this. So for further clarification on these messages. Whoops. Okay. So I feel like Salu, so vitality, health, energy, this is being restored. There was something here that got drained energetically. There was someone who drained you energetically, a person or a people or a situation. This is where you're getting restored back to health, remembering who you are, feeling renewed, feeling like it's okay to let go of things that no longer serve. And I feel like this leaving was necessary, or leaving an iteration or some former version of something, or leaving something altogether. It's been so important for your health and your vitality. Remember, your vitality is your life force energy. It's not just your, the energy that you have, from saying, oh, I'm tired, I'm not. Oh, I feel good, I'm not. This is like your life force energy. This is your mental, emotional, spiritual bodies all integrating, physical bodies all integrating when you are in alignment. And that life force energy can surge through your veins and create so much vitality, so much energy that is not of just the physical body, it's of all the bodies, right? And this is something that's like your flow, your chi, your kundalini. This is rising, I feel, for many of you. And it's because you're getting out of those distressing situations and stressful situations. You're following your truth. And you're coming back into wholeness and health. I feel my health being restored by a lot of the things that I've been doing and working through. So I feel like, and you guys notice there's dragonflies here, so you might be seeing some of you might be seeing dragonflies a lot, and that's saying keep going, keep listening to what brings you that surge of energy, what makes you feel alive, what situations are healthful for you. Keep moving towards those. So bliss. This is where we're finding contentment. There's some satisfaction, security that wasn't there before. This is not this energy. This is this energy transformed. Where you're saying, oh, I came home to myself. Oh, I listened to myself. Oh, I feel secure from within. This is, I have to stand on guard. I have to protect myself from others. This is, I'm at home within myself. Oh, I feel safe, secure, protected from within. So they're showing me we're making this transition, which is a really positive thing. And also it's saying follow your bliss. If you don't know what direction to move in, follow your bliss, follow your bliss. Keep following it. Keep following anything that brings you bliss, because that'll help you feel content. It'll help you get back any of the power that you feel like you lost to these situations or with these people who you felt like you had to defend yourself against, okay? Before the gathering. I love this because obviously I am anticipating my retreat, which is next week. I just told you guys I'm getting excited. Well, I think some of you have gatherings coming. This is a 29 card, which is 11. And this could be by the end of October, even into November by Thanksgiving. I think some of you are gathering with your soul tribe. You're maybe going to a workshop or some sort of a training, or you're traveling, you're taking a trip, you're going to something in which you're gathering with Soul Tribe, and there's something to look forward to. Excuse me. This feels like a meeting of like-minded energy, whereas where you just came from was from resistant energy. You were in a situation or with people that were going against you. You're going to now move into a situation in which you're going to meet people who are like-minded. It's going to uplift you. It's going to bring back this life force energy. You're going to feel content, and you're going to be really excited about where you're going. So this, for some of you, could be in October, could be in November, could be the end of this month. So get excited. Prepare for this, because it's really going to be a celebration of who you are. You're going to find your soul tribe. Bottom of this deck is the Weaver. Fate, destiny, word. So this is really interesting because we have the spider web behind here. And I don't know if you guys watched my last video, but it was the Ascended Master series, and it says integrating the unwanted. That the symbolism in that video was all about the cobweb and the spider web. And essentially, I'm talking about the spider web being like the weaving of everything together. It's how everything in life is weaved together. All the synchronicities, every person, every animal, everything that happens on this planet and beyond is all one. It's the interconnectedness of life and oneness. And I was talking about the cobwebs. Cobwebs are basically abandoned spider webs, right? And I'm talking about how we want to just like kind of get rid of the unwanted. But look how the spider web's glowing here, you know? And like sometimes we just want to take down that cobweb, like, oh, that's old, that's dirty. And I feel like understand its purpose, like why you weaved that web, or why that web is there in the first place. Or is that web an extension, that one that you want to get rid of, that unwanted cobweb, is that an extension of the bigger, alive, sparkling, dazzling spider web? And what are you creating? How are you weaving this? Are you following your inner guidance? Are you letting fate lead you? This is also about things being very fated, and that could be pertaining to like these gatherings. Could be like I told you before, like for the feminine, like having like a helper, a partner, like a business partner, or like a helper, teacher, investor come into your life. It's really trusting in the weaving of your story. It's looking at the magic of life. It's not saying, oh, this is unwanted, yuck, get rid of that. It's saying, oh, that's not wanted anymore. How does that weave into the fabric of what I'm creating, to the tapestry of my life? And how does it all fit together? And how can I bring those lessons learned into the future? And how can I transmute that unwanted energy into what I do want? Because remember, everything's connected. Even the disowned pieces of ourselves, the aspects that we are unwanted, they create the contrast for what is wanted. And we're being asked to integrate those disowned pieces. We're being asked to take from the knowing of what doesn't work and what we don't want and create what we do want. So everything is connected, even those aspects, the dark and light, the shadow, the unwanted, the disowned, the abandoned, integrated in now. Because as you do that and you weave the fabric of your own life story, you'll also see how it fits into fate, divine timing, the weaving together with other stories and other people, fated events, destiny, like how everything kind of fits together. And this feels very, again, I'll say it again, very much in line with this gathering or you meeting your soul tribe. So that's really cool. Let's pull some clarifiers from the Sacred Earth Oracle. These cards are sticking together. I guess I only use these once in a while, so there's not enough like grease or stickiness. They're super slippery. All right, let's see. Okay, so clarity is in reverse. So some of you might be struggling to get some clarity right now, but I feel like it's coming. I feel like it's coming as you follow your bliss and you plan to do things that are in alignment for what you want to do, like meeting your soul tribe. There was clarity that was not felt during this time. There was distress. There was a stressful situation. There was something you were confused about. The clarity's coming. It's coming as you listen to yourself, follow your truth, regain your strength, your vitality. And for some of you, it might be time to work with amethyst, I feel. Put amethyst on your third eye. That's going to help you open up your third eye and hear the true guidance. But I feel like clarity's coming. It's something we've been struggling with lately, especially in regards to a particular situation. Okay, so here's ready but waiting. So I feel like this is a bit in reverse, ready but waiting. Show that to you guys. This is a bit like being on guard. Like I'm ready to come into myself, but I'm waiting because I'm scared or I'm afraid or I have to protect myself. This could also be like thinking about gathering with your tribe or taking a trip or doing something out of your comfort zone, but yet still hesitating on it. And this is like just saying like the clarity's coming. A lot of this is going to happen through baby steps, through just acknowledging your own inner truth, listening to the inner guidance, letting fate guide you, listening to the synchronicities, following them. That's super important. Core. So this is about your power. This is about your strength. This is about getting your strength back. This is about your power center. This is about Kundalini energy rising, life force energy. This is about your passions, the fire in your belly. Following that is going to bring the clarity, you see? And it's also going to help set you into action and motion, and not in like a forceful masculine way, a false masculine way, but in a way where you're just like following the impulses, just listening to yourself. Like give yourself permission to only do what feels good to you. That's what this feels like. And then there'll be no more waiting, and then the next steps will be clear for you. The bottom of this deck is revolution in reverse. So this feels like something that's being transformed in your life right around the full moon and into October. I feel like it's something that you're taking charge of that's been imbalanced. A relationship, a work situation, could just be the way you've been living your life, like out of your truth, you know, with people that really haven't been supportive. I feel like you're revolutionizing this now. You're taking a stand. You're telling the universe what you want. You're getting with people who are of a like mind. And from that comes a whole insurgence of energy on the planet to shift one more level or layer of consciousness, to move things forward, to create new ideas, to help other people uplift and up-level. Through doing this, through following your truth, you're revolutionizing the planet. and what's happening here on Earth. It starts with you, and that's a great reminder of that. And let's pull some of these moon cards here. Boundaries. So that's what I was talking about here. It's like the masculine or the masculine within you, learning how to set healthy boundaries without having to be defensive, forceful, protective, mastering the strength. Okay. So boundaries, this is coming up as a waning crescent card. And so this might be something that's being mastered as we go into a waning moon in October. So, but I feel like it's coming up right now in the collective. We're really, really learning how to set healthy boundaries for ourselves and honor ourselves, only moving towards that which feels good. Giving ourselves full permission to say, I'm only going to do what feels good to me, and then trust that the universe is going to support you. Trust that you're safe, secure, protected. That the story is being weaved beautifully. Oh, card just popped out. The Nurturer. So this is the Cancer card. So this might be some Cancerians that are watching. I'm a Cancerian. The Crab, the Nurturer. This might just be like your need for nurturing of yourself, or to call in nurturing type relationships. I feel like you need to nurture yourself right now, especially coming off of any like level of stress, distress, confusion. There's a need for you to nurture right now, to go within and to surround yourself with nurturing people, because I feel like the ones that you were just in combat with, sort of, the ones that were opposing you, or sort of, whether it was impulsive energy, false masculine energy, there was some energy that just disrupted like your sense of peace and harmony. So this is about nurturing yourself, getting back to vitality, health, balance, getting excited, going back into your bliss, coming into your true strength. You might need to go inside and do some more nurturing self-care. Really listening to what you need is important. Ooh. Now we have Waxing Crescent, which is play. So this feels like once we nurture ourselves and we are setting the healthy boundaries, we're listening to only what feels good to us, we're following that, then we're going to be able to play. We're going to be able to explore, get creative, follow our bliss. We can go gather with our tribe, and that's going to be happening over the course of the next month. And this full moon is setting that all up, okay? And the bottom of this deck is hibernation. So this is the cold moon. This is talking about before the winter solstice. A lot of this is being mastered. There's a lot of cultivation of your true desires, giving yourself permission to explore them, meeting new soul tribe, learning how to set healthy boundaries, truly letting go of situations that do not serve. Then you're going to take a rest this winter. You're going to do some things behind the scenes. And, again, that's the work that you're setting up now. But I feel like, carrying into the winter months, the months where you should be resting, if you carry in distress to those months, or situations that no longer serve, or things that don't need to be carried into the new year with you, you'll be detracted or distracted from cultivating what you need to cultivate come spring, and working on the things during this slow down, restful period, behind the scenes sort of period that you need to be working on. And instead, your energy will be pulled, so this is why the things that you've just let go of, or you're letting go of, this following your bliss, this is great. This is great. And know that, like, come winter, there'll be plenty of time to rest, regroup, plan, water the seeds, do the behind the scenes work. But again, don't take in those stressful situations. Let them go. Find your truth, nurture yourself, set the boundaries, come out of this state of protectiveness, resistance, find your bliss. There's no need to work. Nobody can take anything away from you anymore. These people, you just need to walk away from them. You need to stand your ground. You need to walk away from what's not working. Impulsive, manipulative energy, anything that feels resistant against you, that's not working. So moving towards yourself is going to set everything up. It's going to weave, the snowflake also reminds me of sort of like the cobweb, right? It's like this beautiful intricate pattern, how it's all weaved together in this beautiful pattern. There's a weaving that's being done in the winter, weaving of the story, laying a new plan, weaving it all together. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with that. I hope that's helpful. I hope you have a happy autumnal equinox and a happy full moon. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye.